Blockchain is a way of thinking about how we store transactions, and they could be transactions of any form, not necessarily financial. But what we're doing in a blockchain is to store them in a distributed network, and thereby you're constructing trust.
It's a way of outsourcing trust to a system rather than having to place that trust in a particular governing body like a government or a bank or so on.
It evokes questions of what internets are, and we've been through internets before. We've been through the centralisation to decentralisation of a whole bunch of industries, and this time we're doing it through banking, or if you like, values of money. Blockchain uses Bitcoin as its first product, because in many ways that's when we can talk about the decentralisation of a currency. The Centre for Design Informatics is at the University of Edinburgh, and we're a combination, a funny little marriage between the School of Design and the School of Informatics, looking at how design can be applied to the digital economy.
Blockchain is very, very abstract, and it's extremely difficult to explain through words. And so by getting people to enact it, to role play, they begin to get the feeling of this is what it could do. And I think that's a really valuable thing.
The Block Exchange workshop is about an hour long. We spend 20 minutes introducing the participants into the basics of blockchain. We then move to the Lego transaction. So people are distributed bricks, and we use various capital currencies in the form of assets, from sheep through to oil, through to trees, so on and so forth. And we ask them to trade. There's no rules, there's no winning at all. It's just a workshop. But people start doing things that we often see that traders do. And what we do at that third round is say, throw them all away. And there's a silence in the room as people realise, really? But we ask them to trade anything that they value. And then very quickly, people start realising that these material things aren't really what they want. What they want is healthcare. They actually want education. They want happiness. And by the end, you've found that some of the tall stacks, which are transactions, are really abstractions, that people begin to really care not about products, not about services, about well-being and community and social values. The key aim of the Block Exchange workshop is to really help people reconfigure what they think value is in the form that it comes, and what possibilities there are if we do change the mechanisms at which we then transact value.
We hope that through the workshops people will come away with ideas about how to use this new technology to exchange and transact value with each other in a whole host of different ways.
We also hope it's a jumping off point for people to think about how they might design or redesign systems in which value is passed around different groups of people. And that's when we begin to talk and introduce people to smart contracting. Smart contracting is a programmable platform to move money around. If Chris's train arrives on time, then he will pay, and he should pay, the appropriate amount for the ticket. If Chris's train is late, he should get a reduction or pay a different price. So smart contracts are a very simple way of organising, if this condition is met, then perform that. And money's quite a simple way of moving that value around and rewarding. Now, when we talk about a digital economy and we want to rely on systems which are very hard to grasp, our trust models need to change. So people have come along with blockchain because it's a way of really building trust for digital systems. So there's interesting questions. Is that all it does? It just becomes a secure mechanism in a pyramid? Or is it going to reconfigure societies?